Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome, or hopefully it's welcome back to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, and our show today is Talking Heads. Talking Heads is a platform where experts who are invited from around the world come and have their own 30-minute show. During these 30 minutes, they share their successes, their key learnings, their expertise, and their experience to help us be better personally and or professionally. Today's expert presenter, Talking Head, is joining us from Vienna, and her name is Christin Amy Artner. Let's welcome her.
Hello, I'm happy to be here again. And thank you, Dr. Jacqueline, for this wonderful chance you give me every week to show some of my skills to a broader audience.
Well, it's our pleasure. So I'm going to go backstage and produce the show, and I will be enjoying watching and learning. Have a great one.
Thank you. See you later. Hello, everyone. Hello, listeners from abroad, from Austria. I say hello from Austria, from Vienna. I am Christin Amy Artner. I'm a filmmaker. I'm actress, voiceover actor. I'm director. I'm an acting coach, addiction coach, and I will share some important things you have to know when you start acting. So, and I have an acting studio here in Vienna. It's called NAP Education. And I have a film production company here in Vienna called NAP film-worx, NAP film-worx. So this is our 6th episode where I talk about important skills and important knowledge, things you have to know when you start acting. And today I'm not going to talk about the scenes or how we work on a scene. I will start before. So what do we actually do when we learn lines? Well, lines are important because this is what we hear. What we hear when we watch, we see the actress, we see the actor talking. So lines are important. But when we talk, it isn't just lines. We have the meaning behind. And therefore, we need to know about the character. And this is actually the first step when you work on a new thing, on a new role. You work on your character. So there are some things you should think about when you work on your character. First is, where is your character born? What's his name? Because maybe you will get a script where your character has a name like Bobby. Well, there is a Bobby somewhere, but there are so many Bobbies. So what Bobby exactly? So every Bobby has a surname, and every Bobby has a life. Every Bobby was born in a certain place. So be curious and try to find out where your character comes from and how you work on it, what kind of questions are helpful is when you look at your own life, think about what is important in your life. What was important in your childhood? What happened there? Your friends? What did you do? What did you love? And then ask the same questions about your character. So, where is your character born? Does your character have brothers, sisters? Is your character a single child? What are or what were the toys your character probably were playing when your character was 3 years, 2 years? All is very normal and simple questions. Just use it for your character as well. Then go when your character, when maybe to the teenage years or to the young adult years, and always ask the same questions. Ask yourself what was important for yourself, and then ask what was important probably for the character. And you get all, and or maybe not all, but many informations about your character in the script. And when it's not in the script, then just use your imagination. I was talking about using our imagination in some of the other episodes, and I was talking about work with your unconscious. So this is also very important for this work when you think about your character, because look at your own life. Just imagine sitting with a very good friend and you enjoy a cup of coffee or tea. Just imagine you are talking. These are the lines. But what else are you doing while you're talking? You're thinking, you're watching, maybe you're also watching what's going on around you. So all these normal things. And when you imagine, or when you think of a scene you are working on, this is all the same. This is not the lines, it's the character. And when we go through the ages or through the different episodes in your life, then just go to the here and now, where the script starts with your character. Because what happens then, you have in the script. But what happened before, you have to find out and to work on. And that's a very satisfying work when you work with your imagination. So, and then a very important thing is also the profession. What is your character doing for a living? Or when you're very young, you're probably just going to school, or not just, but you're going to school and you have your friends, you have your family, but you're not working. But when you're an adult, it's very important what you do for your daily living, because you are probably 8, 10, 12, 14 hours in your office or at work, and this is quite a time, and your character probably as well. Just imagine you are working 12 hours a day and you are really, really tired, and you come home. And then the scene starts. So when you just jump into this moment where your character is tired, this is only half the way. You have to know why you're tired and what was before. Just always be curious, go deeper, just ask questions. Then, your secrets. Everyone has secrets. And also your character has secrets. What is it? You know where I'm going to. So ask questions and find out more questions. This is a very important first step when you work on your character. The next is that you have to find out how it felt for your character. Because only to know what happened is a very nice game for your brain, but this is not what we need for acting. We have to know how it feels, because this is the missing link. Because when we feel it, my audience can feel it as well. It's not pretended, it's not fake. But we talked about this in some other shows. So now we come to the next thing. We have to deal with our own emotions. And this is a daily work. And there I have a very nice exercise for acting students or actors, or probably just interested people who would just try it. So this is a very nice exercise. Go in your character and go out in the street, do your normal things you usually do, but in a character. So that means you are dressed in a different way. And I'm sure that when you meet friends, they will sense there's something different, or probably you get asked. So, well, you can say, well, I'm trying something new, but you don't have to. So just be curious. Go out. Drive your car in your character. Run some errands in your character. Yeah, just try it. Be curious and have fun with it. And then you can do it also with your partner in a scene. So this is not instead of working on a scene and make a proper script breakdown and to make beginning and middle and end of your scene, and to work on your diction. This is just to add some more flesh and some more life to your character you are playing. Because when I started acting, I got the advice. This was in German, but it was, the lines, Christine, this is not important. It's just lines. The important thing is what is behind the lines. So I was thinking, okay, yes, this is right. It's not about the lines, but where should I start working on the behind the lines? And therefore, this structure and method acting is very useful. So then your body, you know how you move your body. You know how you drink your coffee, or how you put on your shoes. This might change from time to time, sure, but this is how you usually do it. So find out how your character usually does it, and find the differences, and go to extreme things in a very different way. Um, I once tried to put on my shoes in a very complicated way, and it was so much fun. And just try it, because then you will be surprised how much fun it can be to be not very skilled in things. So try it the complicated way. This is much more fun than to make it in a very perfect thing. It's just an exercise. Then, when it comes to your profession of your character, this is a very important topic, because what your character does is important to your character. So what you do is important to you. So you have to find the pros and cons in what your character works, does, what he is surrounded every day. One thing. Then what is your character's voice? How does your character sound? Where is your character walking from? So this is all about the body and the movement. What do I mean with where does your character walk from? We all have a center. And we know that our center should be in the middle of our body. But to be honest, when you watch people, the centers are on different places. There are people who walk just with the shoulders, and then try it. Just imagine that this is the first point of your body, and you have a complete different movement and attitude of your character. So be curious, and then do it, work on it, have fun with it. And the best thing would be that you have so much fun that you do it all the time. So then you're always in a training. This is also meant by be aware, be open, watch, look. So, or when you go out, sit in a park, or at a cafe, watch people and ask yourself questions about this character, because we are all characters. There's another thing that's very interesting to think of, is how others would watch you. What do you think others do think about you? When you sit somewhere and when you watch people, then they also watch you. They also endow you with some attitudes, like open, friendly, maybe a little shy, tired, very excited, whatever. Then when it comes to education, our education is very important to us, because we spent years in school, and maybe then later on college, university, or we went to work after college, or after 10 years of school. So that is important to our character, because it does something to us. And why? Because everything we experience, everything we see, we watch, we hear, is stored somewhere in our body, in our brain, and it's there. It's there. So this is what we are made. Sorry, this is what we are made of, and also our character is made of. And because we are the character, because it's our body, we just add some new ingredients to our character, to our self. So I'm sorry, I see that the light is changing all the time. So if it's blurry from time to time, this is because the sun outside is changing all the time. Okay. So when you do your first steps in acting, don't think of the lines. Read the lines carefully and think of what does he or she think in this specific moment. And then go on. Okay, when she or he probably thinks that, then she might say this, and this causes an reaction in my partner, and therefore my partner answers like he does, but my partner also has the same process as I do. So this is like a ping pong. This is like a tennis where you go up, 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 a step, the next step. And this is called to be in flow of a scene. That doesn't mean that I'm talking without any break, and my partner answers, and there is no time for thinking, and there is no time for, yeah. So this is not important. So don't be scared of lines or of remembering, memorizing lines, because the lines, they will come when you know what is behind the lines. The next thing I am often asked, what do I do with a character that plays in, let's say, 2060 or 2030? It's not 2023. We are not there. Nobody lived and in 2050 or 60. So how do we work on this? And then I would say, well, when you are a character like you are, with a face and with a body, a little like a human being, then use this, and then use your imagination, and then work with what is needed from the scriptwriter, from the director. So, but use your imagination, because no one can know how people are dressed in 2040, 50, 60. The opposite is when you work on a character that lived in the past, then you have a lot to do. You have a lot of research to do, and it's very easy because you just can go to your laptop, to your computer, and type in, and then research, find books, find music, find letters, articles. Maybe you can find videos when it's not so long ago, but when you have something in ancient Greek or Middle Age, then you just have to work with what you find, and this is a lot, and then make it your own. yeah, then just sit with your character. Maybe you surround yourself with objects from this time and with music. So try to make a scene like a scene your character could have lived in, and then be with it. Because it's a difference when you wake up in the morning and there is no fresh water, there is no, or when you have no heating, when you have no electricity, when you have even no home, no house, when you live in a tent, or when you live in the woods. So maybe try it for a couple of hours or days, because this is a very interesting experience, because we are not used to this anymore. Except we are on, I don't know, boot camps or outdoor things, but this is not the way we are in Europe are living, or are used to live, or in the US. So, well, a last thing I would say, and I would encourage you, if you want to know more about, and if you want to know, or if you want to get some sheets, some lists with very interesting questions, or with some other things you need to know, just email me, reach out. You can reach me per email on office@nap-filmworx.com, filmworx with an X, or Christine@ChristinAmyArtner.com. So I'm happy to answer and to support. So thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson and this show where we talked about the character and not the lines. Thank you.
Well done, Christine. Thank you. I really enjoyed that. I was just imagining how we immerse ourselves in everything related to the character, the period the character is in, whatever time of life that is, what they've experienced before and during, and then possibly after the lines that they're going to read, what's all behind it. I thought that was really fascinating.
Yeah, and the thing is, we don't need to learn this. We just have to think about it and to live for it, live with our imagination. And this is it. So this is, I guess, how we, or actually me, how I thought, or as a kid. I was constantly in my fantasy worlds.
I was thinking about you yesterday. I was working with my vocal coach, Madeline Chan, and we were co-writing a song and performing it together. And the song is, thank you. The song is a reflection of my life, and the title is What Was I Thinking Back Then? And the reason I bring it up is I found that when I was singing it, I was starting to cry because I was remembering other times in my life, and I thought, oh, I've got to act this. I've got to be an actress now, instead of, because I can't perform if I'm crying, right? What are your thoughts about that for singers?
Yeah, right. You are right. You cannot sing when you cry, and you also cannot talk when you cry. So try to keep this emotion, but so you are able to breathe and to sing. So this is a little bit like playing a close-up. Try to hide it.
And that's form of acting, yes?
Yes, of course.
Yes. So I think it's interesting how acting is not just a script, it's also performing.
Exactly.
As a singer, for example.
Exactly. Yeah, of course. And as a dancer. Because as a dancer, you tell a story with your body, and you don't have the chance to make it with your voice or with lines. You only have your body.
A lot to think about. And
Yes.
I encourage people to reach out to you and to work with you, because I've had one acting lesson and I'm going to have more. I just was
Yes.
traveling and whatnot, but
I know.
it's
You're
really an
so
amazing experience.
Thank you.
Thank you. And so I have your banner up, and for people who are listening on the radio, they can't read it. You did give your email address. What are your websites?
My websites are christinamyartner.com. There is another website. It's nap-filmworx.com and nap-education.com. This is the website of our acting and voice and diction studio.
Thank you so much. And can you also share with our audience the types of classes that you hold if you are in Vienna, and how you can work with people if they're outside Vienna?
Yes. If you're outside Vienna, then we work online, Zoom calls or whatever. If you are in Vienna, I have open classes, I have improv classes, I have daily classes, I have courses, I have workshops, film acting workshops, I have diction workshops, but in German, not in English. But because I'm not native English, then I have diction, microphone courses. This is not for beginners. This is for advanced speakers. Then I have, what did I miss? No, it was film acting and improv classes and workshops and diction classes.
Thank you, Christine. I think the improv classes sound great too.
I forgot something, because we produce show reels for actors and singers and dancers. So we write the scenes and then we work on it and we film it. And this is what we do also in our studio.
You're also able to work with any of our guests who are on this platform and they would like a show reel, correct?
Of course. Then if you would like to have trailer, show reel, whatever, if you have some material, then it's very good to work with, and if you need some extra material. Here in Austria, we can shoot it, but we can travel as well. So everything is possible. There is a solution to every problem. This is what I love to say.
I love that too. We look for solutions, and we make things happen. So thank you so much for your fabulous lesson and for bringing value to our platform. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, Dr. Jacqueline, and thank you for your wonderful platform, USA Global TV and Radio. It's really a treasure. Wonderful.
Thank you again. I'll be in touch with you about our next acting lesson.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. All right. Thank you for now, Christine.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for watching, for listening, for booking in to be a guest. I do have some information to share about some new programs, which I'm always excited about. I actually have 2 more programs that I'm just in the process of looking for co-hosts, so I can't announce them yet. However, here are the shows I just want to share with you. Today, we have our Global Homes and Gardens. You see this beautiful visual. If you are interested in taking us on a journey through your garden or through your home, or if you have something to do with gardening and or home decorating, or you want to show us what you do for a living that's in your home, we would love to have you join us. You can go over to usaglobaltv.com and book your session on Global Homes and Gardens. Our other new show is Aging Gracefully with Humor, and this one is really fantastic. We had our first show last week, and we are just making people aware of the fact that getting older is a gift. It's a joy, and we can embrace it. All of the changes that happen to our body that nobody ever told us was going to happen. It's okay. Embrace it. So do join us for some education and some humor. And I'm really excited to announce a brand new show that's going to be 15 weeks long and is open to our members of the elevated listening community and to our certified elevated listeners on USA Global TV. So you have the option in joining us on this journey. We have a new game show. It's called Who's Listening Game Show. And as I mentioned, it's for our certified elevated listeners and members of the elevated listening community. So what does this involve? This is a game show to reward and recognize people who have learned to listen at an elevated level. And so, for example, I will be providing sound clips, and then I'll be asking questions about the sound clip to see who is really listening. We will have one grand prize, and we will have two other individuals. So 1, 2, and 3 positions will be able to take advantage of a fabulous package of items. One of the items that I am providing myself is the ability to be a talking head, which is a value of $6,000. So if you're interested and you qualify to be a talking head, which means you have 5 years experience in your industry, you obviously are an excellent communicator and you know your material, people look up to you as an expert, this might be something that you'd want to get involved with. So what do you have to do, again, to be part of this game show that's starting next week? You must become a certified elevated listener, which is fairly easy to do. I will be putting the links up. You can go over to my website, drjacqueline.com, and you can go into our shop there and you can purchase The Power of Listening Parts 1 and 2. This is a course that's 2.5 hours long, and you will learn elevated listening skills that will mean to you and to everyone in your world that you listen without judging. That's a big one. How many times is someone speaking and we're thinking about what they're saying and saying to ourselves, oh, I don't want to talk to this person. I don't feel the same way about vaccinations or political parties or gun control. And we just shut off and we're no longer present. When you're an elevated listener, you create a space for people to feel safe to share their story. Now, can you be an elevated listener 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? You absolutely cannot. Why is that? Because you have a life and you cannot be dedicating every minute of your day to be listening at an elevated level. It's not possible. If it is possible and you know about it, please let me know. So as an elevated listener, you learn to listen without judgment. You learn to listen without interrupting. This is another big one. How many times are you speaking and the other person is they want to just jump in. They want to just cut you off or, yes, oh, yes, I know. And you're not able to share your story because they keep interrupting. How about this one? Providing a solution. You're sharing something. You just want someone to listen. And the other person is thinking, oh, I can solve that problem. I have the answer that they're looking for. When no one asked you for a solution, they just asked you to listen. Maybe they're coming home from work and they're sharing their day. And you're thinking, oh, you know what? If I help them correct this or that problem, then XYZ will happen. No, they didn't ask you for a solution. That's a different story. And my favorite is stage hogging. This is where you're telling your story and someone has a better story in their mind. Oh, you went out for a walk and XYZ happened. You know, the last time I went out for a walk, I saw a turtle. And now all of a sudden you don't have the stage anymore. The other person stole it from you because they feel that their story is more important than yours. So Becoming a certified elevated listener is something that is so important for me, for each and every person in this world to learn how to do. So I've made it cost efficient. It's $257. It's a 2.5-hour course that you can take at your leisure. And again, it's one of the aspects of becoming one of our game show contestants. The other is to become part of our elevated listening community. And what that means is that you would also go over to my website, drjacqueline.com, click join. And for $11 a month, you can stop at any point unless you are part of the game show process. You need to be a member for the duration, the 15 weeks. Then you will get a guided meditation that is led by one of our team members. You'll also get fitness tips, listening tips, and you will get a video that includes some of the key educational learnings that we have on this platform. So that's all for $11 a month. So do join us. Again, I'll put this back up. To be part of our game show, just go over to my website, drjacqueline.com, and you can become a member of the Elevated Listening community, and you can get the Power of Listening course right there. Okay, we are coming back with our next show, which is the United Kingdom news and culture. And I'm really excited if you're a fan of Her Majesty, and who isn't. And if you have been watching the Platinum Jubilee, then you will find out that our expert correspondents have actually been broadcasting. They were live and they were representing Her Majesty, their royal commentators, royal photographers. Their names are Helena Shard and Ian Pelham Turner. We'll also be joined by our other expert correspondent, Simon McDonald, who's joining us from Scotland. So do stay tuned, stay wherever you are watching us, and I'll go over to the other studio. We'll be back in just under 20 minutes. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you for sharing the word that USA Global TV and radio is about education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. Bye for now.